Well, this is Clean House by Sarah Ruhl, and Sarah Ruhl is sort of by general acclamation been called the most important young playwright to appear in America probably in the last 10 years. And The Clean House is her first major play. The Clean House is a comedy, it's a tragedy, it's got wonderful language, it has terrific wisdom, I think. It has great acting parts. It's very theatrical. Sarah writes for the theater. What Sarah does in her script is something we couldn't do in film. It's only something that can be done in the theater. And I think that people will be struck by it. It's both familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. You've never seen a play exactly like it, but on the other hand, it doesn't feel like something experimental that you can't relate to. So I think that they'll also see a wonderful cast, and I have to say how glad I am to be back at Actors Theater. This is sort of my artistic home. Some of you will remember that I was here for many, many years working at Actors. So this is fun. I feel utterly at home. I have a wonderful cast. Mark Masterson is providing the play with terrific support. And I think this is something that you can go to the theater. You really don't have to prepare for it. The good news about The Clean House is that you can just flat out enjoy it. I would be proud to do Clean House anywhere. This is a play that Mark wanted to do, that I had always wanted to do as well. So it was a terrific marriage of our enthusiasms, I think. It has a wonderful set designer who you might remember here at Actors, Neil Patel, who did the set for, among other things, our production of Hair some years ago. And Neil is probably one of the 10 best designers in America at the time. So it's going to be a visual pleasure, and the play is a visual pleasure, as well as having the wonderful language, great storyline. The greatest pleasure for a director is to work with a first-rate cast, because that really turns you into an editor and not a director. They'll do, I think one of the sort of maxim in the theater for actors, good actors, is that ideas are cheap. And that means you can have, what we want is as many ideas as possible in the shortest period of time. And when you have an acting cast that can do that, which this cast does, then the director is put in the position of just being able to select. And that's sort of an ideal and a very luxurious position for a director, and that's the position I have on Clean House.